What is happening, everybody? Fabulous B with Florida Metal Radio. Today we are bringing you the band Subxero. What's happening, guys?
What's
What's
up?
going on? Howdy, howdy.
All right.
How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Apparently my co-host has either fallen off of his chair or out of his chair. Oh, there he is, sending faxes. All right, so today we've got Chris. No. Back
the
other way.
Oh, my bad.
Back the other way. So, audio test.
Check 1, 2. Yep.
Everything
Roger.
good? Sweet. I pressed all the right buttons today, so fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
My
guys.
fault.
So,
I just worked.
so, thanks for being on the show. You guys, it's been, a good, couple months since I reached out and, we all agreed to do this, but, thank you for actually agreeing to do this.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So we understand that you guys got some new music coming out, huh?
We do, it's a slow process. I've been a little sick, so I've been kind of slacking on the vocal element. But as far as the music's going, the mixing and the mastering, the songs are next level. I mean, if you listen to, I think that every album that we have done has been a serious progression from Reborn to Blood into Blood Out. Light Work was just amazing. It had such an organic feel and a very it was very meaningful because to all of us together, because we all put in. It wasn't just the solo project that I was doing. Everybody contributed to it, and it made it a great album. This one that's coming along, I think we're dipping into a little bit darker elements, maybe some heavier breakdowns. We're keeping the same melodic edge that we have, big hooks and, groove and rhythms and stuff like that, thick tones.
Right.
But, we're experimenting a little bit with some stuff. So I think
more comfortable. Definitely more
Right on. Now,
comfortable with the whole process, with trying to break in two new guys since November, December of 18. We had to we lost two guitarists and we found two exceptional guitarists. Not that the other guys were bad, but they decided to part ways with us. And just a whole, you know how it goes. It's like you got to.
Eric, your head is deforming. Your head is deforming every time you move it. It's like it's indenting.
It's glitching. I know. I got like chunk missing. I got MRSA or some shit. I don't know.
I know, dude.
Trying to get comfortable.
right on.
Feeling each other out, not in a gay way, but
But in a prison way.
Hey, but you know what? That's none of our business here. So, now, I mean, Demons is, one of the, I guess, your most recent videos, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you guys are okay with that, we'd love to play it on the show. That way everybody can hear you guys. And,
Yeah.
and see what you guys have to offer. I personally like it because, like you were saying, those deep, dark, riffs and everything. Just, I mean, usually most of the bands that we've had on the show are, 3-4 minute, songs. I mean, this is a full 6 minute song, and I'm like, all right, cool. I can dig shit
It
like
has
that.
different feels because if you knew the writing process for this song, you would be like, whoa. Because, I mean, okay, I'm not for like heavy drug use or nothing. But there was a period of my life where I was just, after I broke my back, my life changed. I had to move back home. I was having issues in seeing my son. So, I turned to the dark side, and the song basically was wrote in like 4 days. The bass line, which actually I thought, WWED, what would Eric do? Okay, but the thing was, long story short, I was on a 4-day Coke binge. I couldn't come down.
And that's how that song came about.
and I had to come down, and I couldn't. So my friend gave me another drug. I'm not going to say what the name of the drug is, but a lot of rock stars do it. And I tried it for the first time, and that's when I wrote that bass line. I sat back in the chair, and I was like, word. And then I started to feel better. I woke up the next day, and I was like recharged. And the whole concepts of not letting your demons take over you is the whole point, I'm not going to just sit there and just be a victim or a statistic of what everybody else, because when I moved back home, it used to be a really good town. But when I go back now, it's plagued with heroin and opiates and whatever. And it's just, it's shit. I have
the
friends.
entire Midwest is.
I've had friends die, and it's just like, so that song goes out to all of those who have that addiction, and for them to understand that you have the power not to let those demons take over you, because they're only demons, man. Fuck them demons, man.
Exactly. I mean, they can be killed just as easily as they take over. So I mean,
exactly.
It's all about your willpower and stuff like that. And I admire anybody that can overcome those demons, either through strength of themselves or through music, art, whatever. I mean, it's definitely something to be overcome. I've got close personal family and friends that have come over. Yeah, Chris.
Come and visit every once in a while, and sometimes you let them in, sometimes not. It depends on your willpower. But as long as you cannot let them control your life,
hell yeah, man.
Then then that's what that song's about. I mean, there's some people that are more strong-willed than others, and I feel bad for the people who let that stuff, take over them, because I understand, I understand what
you've been there
when you go through withdrawal. It's the worst feeling ever, and some people that aren't mentally ready for that just let it take them over, and the depression is a bitch, man. And
oh yeah,
that's what got me going, was depression.
I'm just lucky I got brothers like the guys in my band, Eric and Josh, man. We go back a long way. Excuse me, I swallowed my spit, but they're like two of my brothers that I can say that have seen me at my worst and seen me at my best, and never have judged me and never have given up on me. And I wouldn't replace them for anything, in life, period. I love you guys, man.
A strong support group is integral to existence. I mean, not just life, but especially if you've got a situation where you're trying to kick, whether it's, drugs or cigarettes or alcohol or, whatever. I mean, it's all a drug, but, you've got to have that support group. And I think that's one, definitely one thing that Subxero is about, is being that support group. We kind of, the whole, with the masks and the Subxero and the strength, determination, family unity thing. It's loyalty. You got to have that. We want to give people something to belong to. It sounds cliched, but I mean, it's we actually had an interview question.
You just
froze. For a magazine. It said, what in your opinion, what makes you stand out from other people? It's like we're 5 guys that play music. We're just like everybody else. It's what the listener finds in us, and it's what you find in us that makes us unique.
Right.
You know, we're just sharing our everyday life experiences with everybody. If you want to listen to it, if you can relate, great. If you can't, that's great too. You know, it's just that's kind of.
And that's what makes you guys a lot more personable, you know, and because people can relate to like demons, you know. Whenever I listen to it, you know, I was like, oh shit, you know, that's that, you know, I can relate wholeheartedly to what y'all were going through. So I mean, I really dug it. So I mean, and that's one of the big reasons why I reached out to y'all to begin with, you know, is because that's something that I think that, you know, everybody needs, is that good support system.
And
You
that's
know,
why we do it, man. You know, I mean, none of us are angels. You know, maybe Eric a little bit because he's such a good. But Eric is the happy demon. I've called him the happy demon since our Torque days.
Yes,
You
definitely.
just look at him; he's such a straight-laced, good dude. But when he gets on stage, fuck, watch out. His bench stock is deadly.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Look out for the end of the base.
I will be honored to get hit by your specter this time. Just don't get my hair caught in it.
We can make that happen.
By the way, I'd like to congratulate my brother on that
Yes.
great Spectre endorsement that you got
Yes,
there.
definitely. Thank you.
And
Right
it
on.
sounds amazing
Congrats.
on the
Good
recording.
stuff, man. Company's incredible. They make some incredible stuff. You know, everybody I've had to deal with there, as far as, you know, Taylor McClam, the guys, just I can't say enough good things about them, honestly. Great stuff. So go buy one.
Well, congrats, dude.
Thank you.
Definitely
I
from
felt
us
that
here
little
at Florida
listen. I
Metal
felt that
Radio,
little
man.
shitty smirk on Chris's face. He's ready to go, isn't he? He's ready. He's ready
He
to
says
tell some
Saint I'm just
stories.
like, there it is.
Like he's ready to tell some stories. You evil little fucking troll. I love you.
Well,
That's
before
about 12 minutes. We still got time.
yeah, before we get into all those stories, let's go ahead and go over some of the pre stuff. So Jason, tell us a little bit about you, man. Where you you know, you draw your influence from, musically and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint one specific thing because it's like every band I've ever been in was a different genre, a different style. I grew up, you know, listening to like, you know, Motley Crue and, you know, Iron Maiden and shit like that. And then I started getting into the heavier stuff, the Slayers, the Venoms, you know, the
Fuck yeah.
Megadeths, the Overkills, Nuclear Assault. And then after that, you know, it's just I suffer from excessive indulgence.
Closing freeze.
So that wasn't enough. And then I heard Death, Spiritual Healing, and then I heard Autopsy and Napalm Death, Harmony Corruption, and it just kept on getting heavier from there. So I was in a couple death metal bands, and I learned how to grunt really low at a really young age. And I had a lot of older cats was like, whoa, this little kid's a beast. So, you know, and then I played in a couple bands. The biggest one, death metal wise, was God Vomit. We did a little thing with Relapse Underground. You know, just did like a 3-song thing. We toured with Cannibal Corpse, Vader, and Incantation. And then, you know, opened up for like Deicide, Morbid Angel, Broken Hope. And then I, you know, kind of came to Florida, and then I met these guys, and it kind of, you know, I wasn't homegrown, but I was Southern fried, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
And me and Eric were in a band called Torque together, and it was pure Southern sludgecore. It was like Pantera meets Crowbar that did a bunch of drugs and played skillfully. And our guitar player Chris Dutcher, may he rest in peace, died a year or so ago. Had this playing style that just was unreal,
unbelievable, man.
And it influenced me to bring another side out of me. Then Torque split up. I joined a band called Block, which was like Korn style new metal. Cut my fucking hair like a dumbass. Yeah, I did. You know, I did that whole thing, but then that went, and then In This Day, which was probably one of the staples of my career. It kind of gave me my voice. It kind of brought me out as a singer that I am. And
By
ever
the way,
since
this is
then,
where I
I've
came in.
evolved. And Eric was in that band with me as well.
Yeah.
Me and Eric have been playing together since '97.
Yeah, late '97.
Yeah. So, and I would never play with another bass player. And if I didn't have him, I have my other homeboy. But that these people have to be on a level with me that I can write with. Now in Subxero, after the whole In This Day thing, I tried a couple other different projects and stuff. I actually auditioned with Divine Heresy. I joined a kind of a super group called Smother Teresa with Matt Snell from Five Finger and Raymond Herrera from Fear Factory. And it was a shit show because, there was a certain person in the band who was just a complete, I don't mean to sound anti-Semitic, was a complete Jew bastard and fucked up everything for us, was just a complete dickhead the whole time. I knew if that I ever toured with this guy, he would disappear somewhere. And we'd be like, where's he at? And I'd just play dumb. So it was one of those things where I just had kind of, I got bummed out because that was like my chance. Josh, you remember that? You were my roommate, motherfucker. I left for California, spent my rent money on a plane ticket, came home homeless.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So then I started taking some of the music I wrote with them and started a band called American Nothing. And we started, playing a lot of big shows along, through Florida. Up until 2015, I fell from a 6-story balcony, broke my back, and it told me I'd never walk again. And, fuck that. My music career is over, but I'm a stubborn bastard, and I didn't let them get me down. And here, man, I'm crip walking like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah.
So I had to move up to Pittsburgh for a little bit to be with family for them to help me out. And an old friend of mine that I used to play basketball with, he's a rapper on this record label. It's called Iceberg Records. And he wanted me to come in and do some producing, but I didn't want to do no producing. I was over that. I would just do graphic design like I do. The CEO found out, that I had, music out there and was like, let me hear some. So I played for him and he was like blown away. So we ended up releasing the first album that was supposed to be an American Nothing album and that never was released. And I didn't feel that it was fair to the guys because it started becoming a more organic unit as American Nothing.
Right.
So I just changed the name to Subxero. I wrote all the songs. I could do what the hell I want with them. So I released them on Iceberg Records. And that was the Reborn full length.
Nice.
And then, I ended up moving to Florida, contacting my boys, the people that I knew that I could play with and, have fun with and not get in too much trouble, unless it's just me and Josh. Me and Josh are getting some trouble, but Eric will slap the shit out of both of us.
That's right.
Whoops.
All right. So, Josh, who are some of your early influences musically?
I grew up in Virginia, and so that was, back in the mid '90s. It was, probably like Mike Portnoy. And I was, back at the beginning of the grunge era, I was getting into all that stuff. So, I was listening to Rage and Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all that stuff. But I played in a couple of high school bands, and I'm from a small town where they're pretty much either listening to country or some Grateful Dead type shit. So after high school, my friend and I just decided to move down to Florida and kind of be in between Jacksonville and Orlando, and got a drum set and just started kind of shopping around and trying to play different places. I didn't really find anybody for the first, couple of years. So I met Jason's crazy ass, and we started doing a couple different things.
Slapping stickers on bitches' asses on the beach.
Yeah. Stick Zero, or I mean, Stick Junior. Yeah, I mean, we just kind of were going back and forth with a couple different things, and there was kind of a pause, when everything happened with him, and then he came back from Pittsburgh, and we kind of, started back up. So, I met Eric through this process, and now he also plays with me in a, kind of cover band. So we, mesh really well playing together, and as well as the other guitarist that's currently in Puerto Rico right now. So we all have a really good vibe together, and
Mira, Isam, vaya con diablos, puta.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was going to try to join in this, but his signal down there is crap. So.
Yeah, kind of figured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the infrastructure down in Puerto Rico, even though that they're United States entity, their infrastructure is crap down there. So
they got rice and beans and ass.
Yeah, lots of ass.
Yes.
Lots of ass.
Puro grande. Y cuando lo vas a comer sabido y telemundo.
Sunday.
Oh man, dude, the Telemundo up in here. Oh my god. Dude.
12 corazones.
Go.
Hell yeah. I'd like to meet him.
Yeah.
I want to meet that little midget.
Little hornswoggle.
That ain't right. What the
All right, Eric. What about you, man? What about some of your early musical influences, man?
I'm kind of old school with my influences. Like,
You're old.
Because I'm old, yeah. Like Steve Harris, Chris Squire, Geddy Lee, for the metal bass, Geezer Butler. Drove my parents nuts with all kinds of old heavy metal. Funk players, Larry Graham, just shit like that. Just the Bootsy Collins kind of thing. Played in several blues bands, southern rock bands. Just kind of trying to get as rounded as I can be. You got it's. I don't know. I played trumpet in school at a very early age, so it was, I had a lot of teachers that were like, you just have to be as well rounded as you possibly can be. So I took that over into the bass guitar as well. Played with a band in Daytona Beach in the early 90s called Lung Bucket.
Lung Bucket.
Yes.
Made
a lot of...
His neighbor's dog has a 4-inch clit.
Yeah, there's a story behind that. There is a story behind that. And the dog didn't really have that, but it was a soundbite. Anyway, I played with them for a while and then just kind of bounced around. And then actually the original drummer and guitarist from that band, we'd all just kind of, hanging out together, and they were like, hey man, let's go check this kid out. And his kid happened to be Jason. And he came in and we were jamming and he freaking belted this shit. And I was like, what just happened here? So, and then Torque came about. And like you said, In This Day, what was that? 2002 to 2007? Yeah. 2007.
2008.
Yeah. I know it was actually 2007.
When we had Brent from Shinedown open up for us.
Yeah, man. Show. We were playing at the what was it, on Pine Street, back booth, which is now the sound bar. And we had this guy come up. He's like, hey man, you guys mind if we open up for you? We're like, okay, whatever. And it was this dude, a singer and a guitarist. And it was the singer from Shinedown and the guitarist. And we're like, oh, this is happening. All right. Yeah, I mean, the guy was, probably one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met. Yeah, he blew the fuck up too, man. Holy shit.
That dude's voice is amazing.
Yeah, unreal, unbelievable. But then kind of I just kind of dropped out. Did some tribute stuff with the Iron Maiden thing for a little while. Bounced around here and there, just kind of had some kids and a divorce and all that good shit. Too. Yeah.
Something in the biography thing, someone lit up or something. You relit up as well, or no? Was that you?
I wasn't lit up.
That was you? Okay. I was like trying to figure which one because in the biography, I couldn't figure out who was in
lit up.
Those guys on and off.
Lit up.
There was a show that I did at the Haven for my birthday party. Those guys played it with Butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my birthday party.
Oh, right on. Yeah, we're also there with
Are those guys still doing anything in Butterfly?
No. Tim and I talk on a regular basis, and that's never going to happen again. And if it does, it's probably once in a million. The Kingfest show was the last one they did.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim is actually like you guys were talking about. You guys have a group of people that you heavily rely on. A group of people that just help keep you straight, and that's basically me, Chris, Tim, and a few other guys.
Our ancient Chinese secret.
Yep, ancient Chinese secret.
Good to have.
We have one.
Yeah, we definitely. We rely heavily on one another. Especially whenever we have our bad days and shit. So we definitely we understand that all too well to have that brotherhood and everything. So
good.
So Chris, I know
Back to the Future time yet?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do the Back to the Future.
I got to
time.
stretch real quick.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the mic over to Chris.
All right. So, as Jason probably recognizes me from many years ago, I was working back in the day before it all happened with this band called Rising Up Angry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how he and I kind of met for a minute in Jacksonville. More or less, that was like the beginning, I believe. It was the Saliva and Drowning Pool.
Yeah. Well, okay.
That was a long time ago.
There were 2 incidents in Jacksonville.
Oh, I know
those guys.
I was there.
Here we go.
You want to talk
talking about
stories?
Okay, I remember there was the Saliva and
It was Drowning Pool and some other band.
Soil,
yeah.
Yeah. Was that when I knocked the dude out?
I think so, and we did the 2 shows. We did the
I knocked the
Jacksonville
dude out in the country bar, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the Flush show that we did. It was Atreyu, Every Time I Die, First and Last in Kyoto's, when I choked Keith from Every Time I Die.
Making friends everywhere, man. That's my boy.
Oh yeah, it's a hot minute. But I figured, well,
I don't know. I choke people. I don't know. That's just my thing. I don't know.
Jason was going through a phase.
Yes.
It's a phase. So I dug up some CDs, some old CDs, and I want you to tell me if you recognize them or not.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 5 Billion Dead.
Yeah, you recognize 5 Billion Dead. I'm starting slow.
Very definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Brian Benton on bass guitar. Yeah.
Yeah, he's working with Bob Keller and doing some stuff.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he just moved to Jersey, didn't he? Yeah.
Brian played with me for a short bit and Forever Silenced.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
And then here's one that you can barely see a little bit, but you probably recognize this one because it's on your Facebook too.
Wait, that is Lunatic Kin Creep.
Yep.
My boy, what up, Spank? What up, James? What up, Dean?
I love those guys. Those guys put on a hell of a performance. I remember when they played at FBI and their band was more like paper.
Who was it?
The Candy Creep.
Man, we've got so much debauchery with those guys. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember stealing the golf cart with Dime?
Yeah, dude.
And fucking dude, we were doing wheelies on the golf cart. We stole a golf cart from the hotel, and Dime was with us. And it was that show that we played, that music, that horrid Musicom. Yeah, but dude, we lived like rock stars in that fucking bitch, dude. That was some of the funnest times ever.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
And as much of a shit show as it was, I had so much fun. So
that's the Rising Up guys, and I owe these guys like a life of just dedication, because if it wasn't for these dudes, I would have never been a part of the local music scene.
Yeah.
Outside of being with Brad and his thing, I would have never connected with these dudes.
Mick Vega just had a birthday, so I'm gonna say happy belated birthday to old ass bastard Mick Vega.
Those guys were actually supposed to be on the show next week, but things have changed for now. But that's cool. I don't know if you got to play with these guys.
Hold on,
Damn.
Yeah, let me put on my glasses here because I'm getting old.
They were kind of like this.
I remember those guys.
Yeah.
Recognize the name, yeah.
I was just digging through a pile, and then this one lasted a little bit.
Filler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember that bass player?
Oh yes.
And then I found another one.
I give myself a Sanchez.
These dudes were around for a while.
Oh yeah, Coletta.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then I saved the best for last. I do have this.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
it is
That's a
all
relic, huh?
duly signed.
Oh, it's signed. Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to say for
Mark.
best for last because when he said blocking in this day, I'm like, oh, I remember Gorilla Fight, Kevin,
Yep.
the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it was because his wife at the time was the lady who ran the FBI at the time.
Yeah, no, she ran.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Sound.
Huh?
Sound. She did the sound.
Yeah, she did the sound, but
Yeah.
she was also doing bookings too. But that was somebody else
bookings
too as
as
well.
well.
Yeah. And then you had the other place, Lost and Found, and
Yep.
I did a lot
That
of
was a
stuff
cool
there with
place.
like old Filth Tree Harsh guys. That's
Yeah,
where Brad and I
Lost and
kind of
Found,
met
yeah.
back in the day. Brad and I go
Remember,
back years
What did
back.
you say, Filth Tree?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Orlando Metal Awards were there.
Look at my face when you say that fucking name.
Filth Tree.
Which one?
Filth
Well,
Tree.
you know that Filth Tree is actually what I started, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I started
Weird.
it.
One of your members
it was-
broke my fucking arm.
Well, no, one of the members after I left broke your fucking arm.
He must
I,
have
uh,
had me and
I-
just fucking jerked me, dude. And I fell and I had a compound fracture in my fucking arm.
Nah, dude, it's like whenever I first started it started off as Harsh. And then whenever it went from Harsh, it went to Filth Tree. So basically, it was the same. Oh,
Same band, but a different name because the Harsh was
Yeah.
around for a while. It was a
Yeah.
band in
I
Daytona.
remember Filth
Yeah,
Tree
band in Daytona,
being
hardcore
good.
band.
We played with them at some fucking festival in New Smyrna.
It was the Fuel nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that
played
was-
a Fuel
yeah, that was-
nightclub. That was the shit right there, man.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
had
we
set
played a
that
lot of
up.
shows
He had
there.
the whole thing set up for the whole weekend or whatever. That's when Shinedown was there too, before they got signed.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yep.
Good week.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe at
InnerSource put that on.
Yeah.
at the Full Moon. Hey, check this out. Full Moon Saloon. I want to say Rising Up Angry opened for Creed one evening before Creed was Creed.
Yeah. And then I also did this one here.
I do believe so.
Oh, damn. Nice.
Yeah.
This was like the legendary banner here because I think some of you guys might be on this.
Oh, man. What is this? Rising Up.
Filth-
And this day is on there too, by the way.
Yeah. Such as Life. Oh, monster band. Love those guys.
Those were
Yeah.
our boys, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was thinking
man.
of those guys all the time.
Right now, I'm just gonna say this. Such is life. You want to talk about a brother band? Those guys were ride or die. In this day, such is life. We were
Yeah.
ride or die squad, baby.
I did
Oh,
shows
yeah.
with Such as Life, and they would never want to get paid. They just like leave. I'm like, damn, dude, what's going on here? Can I give you money? Like, I'm trying to give them money. They're like, no, I don't want it. Keep it. I'm like, all right, sure, all right. I gotta say no.
I miss those guys, dude. I miss hanging with those guys. I miss hearing those guys. And
They were supposed to do a show with me for Island Oasis over there down the road from the Haven, and it's just like they did that show, and then they're supposed to do something down in somewhere else. I think it was 321, and then they broke up
Yeah.
many years ago, like 10 years ago.
I always loved playing with them because I always knew we were going to get our asses handed to us, man.
When
It
Hunter
didn't matter-
got on
it didn't
stage,
matter.
it was in, it was over.
Didn't matter how good we played, man. Those guys come out there and just fucking steamroll
Yeah,
right over
we
us.
used to
We're like,
play-
hell yeah.
what was that club in Satellite Beach with a sports page?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
Hustler.
Yeah, that too.
No, the sports page.
Which place? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I actually, true story. I actually created a drink that down there. Remember how we were doing the Key West root beers?
Yeah.
Paige and what's his name would always after the bar closed would always go in the back and we'd be drinking Jaeger and all that shit like we always do. I ran over and got some vanilla creamers from the 7-Eleven right down the street, and I poured it in there and I called it a dead man's float.
Yeah, it was horrible. Notice the
It was like
gag.
a cement mixer, but it tasted like a root beer float that kicked you in the ass.
Yeah.
That's
some
what we
funny
do.
shit.
I mean, I can't just be a singer. I gotta venture out into different ideas, man. I gotta find something
Right.
clicks because
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like the last time I saw you was at House of Blues backstage. I was working with the Breathing Theory guys, and
Yeah.
I just like heard a voice. And I'm like, I know that, and I just turned around. There you were, caught up for a minute, and it's just usually that's all it takes for you and I. It can
yeah.
be 6 years.
And I was
Hey,
looking at
brother,
him like,
what's
"What's up, brother?"
Yeah. Still brothers.
All day. You don't
Oh,
gotta see someone every day to, I
Yeah.
think some of my closest friends are people that I don't talk to a lot because they're not involved in my fucking drama because I got a lot of drama, dude. I got a lot of drama.
He's got
Yeah.
a lot of drama.
Yeah, I jumped out of the metal scene in '99 whenever my ex-wife gave me the ultimatum. you can either be in a band or you can be a father. And I'm like, well, shit, I've got 2 kids with you. I might as well be a father. So I jumped out of the metal scene and I came back to it with the sole intent of doing this show. I mean, I don't have the fucking pipes to be a lead singer no more. So I was just like, you know what, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and
Like riding a bike, dude.
it is like riding a bike, but it's
gotta-
like,
You gotta work
do
them
I
up.
want to get, you know, I've got four boys, man. You know, it's like got a 6-year-old.
Leave the legacy to them. Bring them metal.
Pass the
And
torch.
that's what I'm doing this for, because you know this is
Doing-
all metal, and they can, you know, and all of my kids are all about fucking YouTube, so they won't go to a goddamn show. They'll fucking go on YouTube and be like, oh, there's Dad. Oh, you know, oh, who's he got on today? Oh, that's a badass fucking band. You know, it's like, Dad, that was a cool band. I've been telling y'all for fucking 4 months. Like, come on, goddamn! Don't you think that Dad has some fucking, you know, some kind of clout?
You're
God,
dad. You're
Nope.
a dad. There's no such thing.
No, well, no, nothing. You don't know anybody.
I don't know nobody. Fuck that.
They ask me like, "Hey, do you know any metal bands?" I'm like, "No,
No,
I don't get out much."
that's funny.
Step away for 1 second. Be right back.
Absolutely, man.
Uh-oh.
Well, since you know, Jason's gonna go ahead and do the jump up real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and play you guys' video for Demons real quick.
Cool, man.
Whenever we come back, we'll go ahead and finish up with the interview. But everybody listening, you know, obviously we're having a good time here. This is what the show's about. But we're gonna go ahead and play Demons from our friends here at Subxero. Hope you guys enjoy.
100 feet from my back deck. I had to go and go on the record on Facebook and just tell them how much fucking faggot ass savages they are. Because I mean, no one likes. I mean, listen, I'm old fashioned. I'd rather just go out in the middle of the street and beat the fuck out you with my hands. I don't need no fucking guns, man. What's the
Right.
point?
I mean,
No one. No,
that's the chicken shit way out of things, man. I mean, you got a problem, you got some fucking beef. Go out there and fucking bare knuckle shed that shit.
man, I got mine for protection.
Hell, I've got a couple teeth missing because of fucking fights and shit, man.
Hey man, what we talking about Fight Club, Brad?
Yeah, oh, that's right. We don't talk about Fight Club. Oh shit, man. So everybody, that
video playing right now. This isn't on the air, is it?
No, this is on the air now.
I forgot to tell you we're back on the air.
Whoops.
Wait a second. 3, 2, 1. Now we're on the air. Oh shit, we've been on the air for like 4 minutes.
Oh yeah.
God damn it! I need a fucking studio person in here.
I'm not doing it.
He's like, nope.
Dude, it's like me trying to talk and push buttons at the same time. I'm lucky if I can fucking remember my name when I'm done with this shit. I definitely can't talk.
Is Josh still on?
Yeah.
Josh? Yeah, he's still on.
I haven't seen you in the mix, man. They're Dave Lombarding you.
Yeah. For a second, I thought he was in the police lineup. So
I know.
he was back up against the wall and stuff. So
I kept asking him to blink.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
There you are. There he is.
I didn't know if you could hear me.
Oh yeah, we could definitely hear you. Oh, shit.
The strongest voice is always left unheard, so no longer will I whisper.
All right. So the name of the band, Subxero.
Right.
Where exactly does Subxero come from?
The Subxero wins. I don't know. It was something that I just thought it would have been a cool name.
Okay.
Because we ice cold, baby.
All right.
I don't know. It was just it was something that when I was an American Nothing, I wrote a song that no one, really, they thought it was a little different than what we were doing. And I posted it on SoundCloud and I just came up with the name Subxero, but spelled it with an X and just thought it was a cool play on words, whatever. And then I just kind of kept it and I branded it. And now it takes on a whole new meaning,
It's kind of evolved into, the
0%ers, man.
Yeah, the whole thing with the support group and kind of the whole thing is that we're all the same. Doesn't matter your skin color, your religion, or what you political bullshit.
Bear your scars, be
Dude,
who you are. We welcome you with open arms and a slit wrist.
We're all the damn same. We all bleed red. We got the same worries, the same desires, the same wants. Let's bury this shit and get on with it, man.
That's how we came up with the whole
seriously.
The whole 0%er. Like if you see the 0%er diamond on our stuff, it means that there's no one like the bike community got the 1%ers or the 99%ers.
Right.
We're a music community. And the 0%ers mean there's no one like your supporters. There's no one like your fans. There's no one like your family. There's no one like your friends. Be who you are. Strength, determination, unity, family, loyalty. And that's what we do.
Fuck yeah,
we'll sit there. We're the type of band that will get off stage first thing and go sit there and have drinks with the people. We bond with them. You know what I'm saying? We'll go to house parties with them. We'll not that we're anybody like famous or nothing, but I will pull I'm a golden god off a roof and jump in a fucking swimming pool hoping that there's water in
it. Probably just need to clarify that first so we don't have another accident.
No, that'll be a night of like drinking, going to the after hours, and then opening back up at Froggy's at 7 a.m.
Right.
Drinking till 11.
So you also said that you're earlier that you're also a graphic designer.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you the responsible for like all the designs in the band and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah, I
Yes.
do. I just with this, with other projects, I wouldn't mind other people, doing the stuff for us. But this is like a more personable thing, and it's like more of a brand, and creating a brand, it has, certain expectations that come out of it, certain imagery, and and the imagery just comes from my brain, and
Yep.
it all falls into place. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I
Yeah,
couldn't really see anybody else designing something for us. I mean, people try to just
right.
never really,
Yeah,
ever.
I'm also a graphic designer too. So I mean, outside of the metal and everything, had my own business of Mooner Designs.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it's all graphic design stuff. Everything that we have on our show is done by my hand. So yeah, so I know what you feel, man. So I mean, it's like if you can see at least a third of a percent of the shit that I see in my head every day, dude, it's like a lot of people would run screaming.
I mean, unless I got, unless I'm commissioning like Dan Seagrave to do like our album art or something like that,
Right, right,
I'm okay with doing it myself. All of my art has a certain meaning behind it. Like for example, after my accident and all this stuff, if you look at the cover for Reborn, there's elements of um, like me and my son is like a combined entity of this character, but it's this little kid lashing out, and in the background there's like an old like whale's tail shelter, supposed to be safe house. I was a system kid. I grew up in the system. I was in foster homes, group homes. I was
right.
supposedly bad kid. I was a long hair. I was a my parents were really holy rollers back in the day, which would they really regret, what they did now. But I
Right,
turned out
right.
how I am, and I'm glad that they did that because I am who I am. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't be who I am now if I didn't have to grow up in the hard knock life. You know what I mean? And it's like how everything comes out. Like he's lashing out. He's like the building is on fire. Um, it's just he's just lashing out of the system. Blood in, blood out. Another thing too. It has a more family element, like Mafia Italian. So it has the hands with the rosary, but the rosary has our little symbol instead of the cross on
Right.
it. And then light work is about my venture into you know being really universal and a light worker and a star seed, and just thinking out of the box and shining light in darkness and encouraging people to shine back with me. You
Oh yeah,
know.
dude. Yeah, a lot of my artwork had personal meaning, unless it was something that was commissioned from somebody else. I mean, it's like, and I've got a painting that people keep offering me money for, but it actually stemmed from a breakup with my younger children's mom. So I mean, basically, it's the silhouette of a dead tree in front of the moon, but there's one apple clinging to life from the branches.
Nice.
So I mean, it's basically the whole meaning behind it is that even in the darkness, there's still life. So
Yeah, man, it's like a yin and yang kind of
hell
like
yeah,
every darkness or in death brings new life.
exactly. So yeah, man. I mean, you guys, I appreciate. I mean, I can't believe how fast this interview's actually gone.
I know,
I
it's
mean,
crazy. I was looking
shit.
at the time. I'm like, what?
I know it
What
seems like
time
we
is
just,
it?
dude. I mean,
It's
we've
10
almost been,
o'clock.
yeah.
Oh,
We're
damn.
like, yeah, we're like 7 minutes away from being on this call for like a full hour. So I'm like, holy shit, yeah, this is fucking awesome. That, I mean, kind of connected and just kind of fucking time flew. So it doesn't even feel like an interview to me. I mean, it just seems like a bunch of us were on here just shooting the shit, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of how we like to conduct ourselves here on Florida Metal Radio. So,
I'm still waiting for the truth or dare, though.
Chris.
So it wasn't a truth or dare. It's like, do you know the
Oh, do I
no.
know these bands? It's like
Uh,
let's test this motherfucker's old school wisdom.
This is your life.
Yeah, this is your life. Do you remember this band?
Yeah, but I batted 1,000 on them.
Hell yeah.
And the one thing I do is I know my old school brother bands. You know what I'm saying? It's like without those bands, man, the scene wouldn't be what it was. And I will here's something I'm gonna say about the scene too. Okay, quote me on this. The scene is not what it used to be, Chris. Remember
Well, I know.
early 2000s, man? How everybody used to come and support the bands.
It didn't
Like
matter
we had
what
bands
show,
like Hand
where
to Hand,
location
Such Is
it was.
Life, Beneath These Words. All these, they would all be right there at the front representing. Now every day, it's either clicky or prima donna. And for those, I'm not mentioning no names, but for the clicky bands, stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I find a lot of younger bands are into the clicky shit too. So I mean, it's like you got people that are, oh, I only like this band. Well, you're not a
Pink
true
shirts and death
fan,
metal don't mix.
right? Yeah, right. Exactly.
Gotta wear black, baby.
So no, I mean, the scene is definitely not what it was, back years ago. I mean, shit, like I said, I got out of it in 19. Well, I'm sorry, I take that back. 2001 is whenever I finally just absolved it but it was 99 whenever I actually got out of the band. But
Yeah, between that time and now, I've been to so many shows, I lost count.
And I'm not saying that to knock these bands or nothing like that, but I just
no,
want
not
to
at
let
all.
them know that we noticed this fucking bullshit, and we want you to open your mind and expand. Listen to some
Right.
more bands. Be more supportive of the bands that are around you because they're bleeding their heart out just like you are. You're no better than they are.
You gotta work. You gotta work together, man. So it's
right. Well, that's our old school mentality of we all have to work together. We all have to come together. And with the kids, the millennials and shit like this, the guys that are just now coming into the scene, they don't see it that way because they grew up in the clickiness of their schools or whatever. So I mean, it's just the product of their nature. And I really do think like Chris and I, we came up to the Haven here a couple months ago, and we saw a band called Cold Subject, which I really thought that they had a lot of potential and a lot of they sounded great. And I'm like, here, why don't you guys try to, hook up with this, older, more established band? And they just kind of like, okay, yeah, cool, but I don't think they really took us seriously.
They look at us like we're relics, like we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Right, exactly. I mean, and I think that, that the more that they see that this is about a community and not about themselves, that I think that they're going to be able to reach that next.
It's like we probably fucked your girlfriend's moms back in the day.
Exactly.
Smell my fingers, you fuck.
It's also
it's like, hey, you were 2 before these ones.
That's horrible.
I did a lot of promo, like becoming a promoter, and I did a lot of like working with all these bands. And when I did the Mayfest stuff with the guys in Murderfly, it wasn't just about 8 metal bands. It had to be a collage of different bands from all across the state. And I always did that, and I'd line them up however I felt. I'd get with guys and say, I mean, you're looking at Who Was I with Mechanism, Murderfly, Love Juice, Blame the Tyrant. The guys from Lit Up played with Murderfly, Another Life Spared, and The After. I mean, it wasn't straight metal, but it was also rock. There was some stuff I got country band, more like Southern Fried Genocide. They're more of a hillbillish type metal.
You remember Jew-Wop?
We were in metal.
Jew-Wop, the two guys, the Italian dude and the fucking Jew dude, they were called Jew-Wop. One guy played bass and drums.
Yeah.
Those guys were killer.
Yeah.
I remember we played with them with the Hustler with Such Is Life. Remember them guys? You were, Eric, you were amazed by that bass player.
Yeah.
That dude was sick.
Yeah. That's just that. Wow. I completely forgot. Dude, that's like a flashback. I mean, that's amazing.
This way, the guy who used to play in Filth Tree on bass, BJ Hall, he is now touring with the guys in Supervillains.
Nice.
So, I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I was only going to my first shows, and I met this kid named Matt Heafy from this band called Mind Scar.
Yeah, I remember Matt Heafy and when he was in Trivium, when they used to open up for us at fucking
Dude,
FBI, and now they're
you
fucking
remember?
huge.
Yeah, you remember the first time I can't like pinpoint when the first time we played with
when the
Trivium.
dad came up to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not talking shit, but when I first saw them, I was like, holy crap, these guys suck. And now look at them.
Yeah.
They're
I know,
freaking
right?
huge. They're kick-ass players. I mean, just amen, man.
Well, they started like
love you guys, man.
14, 15 back in the day, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
They were just
Like Demon
kids.
came back.
Great seeing it. Great seeing that progression. You know, we never like turned a blind eye to anybody and weren't like, you know, screw you, you suck. But I was just like,
Yeah.
Jesus, man, what the hell is this? And then
Yeah.
just watching that progression was just like, uh-oh.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, definitely.
And that's the stuff, you know, what you're talking about is like, you have to be rounded. You can't just pigeonhole yourself and play with, oh, I'm not going to play with those guys.
Yeah.
You're going to learn something.
Absolutely.
You know, you're going to see something and you're like, damn, we can apply this to what we're doing.
Yep. You know, and you know, Chris and I mean, by doing this show, I mean, we give everybody the opportunity to hear a lot more than they would if they were just going to their local shows, because you know, we have bands from all over the state that are, you know, I mean, shit, all over the United States right now, and soon to be all over the world, that are going to be on the show. But I mean, it gives everybody the opportunity to see what kind of camaraderie there is across the, you know, all over different scenes and stuff. You're not just seeing, you know, like you said, pigeonholed. You're not, you know, just going to the same, you know, clubs to see, you know, the same bands.
Because of this show, I've seen more bands I've never met before than not being on the show. I'm like, damn, I didn't know who these guys were before. I didn't know who guys were. I get on here, I'm like, who's this sub? Oh shit, I know that guy.
I mean, we're getting requests daily through our email and through Facebook and stuff for bands that are wanting to be on the show, and it's like, I mean, I'm booking shit all the way up until May of this year.
Well, I'm
So,
glad
I mean,
we got to get on when we got on.
Yeah, no
dude,
kidding.
I was not gonna have you guys on, man. I was
Yeah, I don't know
looking
why
at my
you come
fucking
on here,
calendar,
dude.
going, when can I have you guys on? So shit, man. I mean, like I said, I heard you guys before, and I'm like, fuck, you know, I need to get you guys on the show soon. So
I appreciate
mean,
that, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. So I mean, I've been trying to put bands on that I believe in, and that I know that
Worthy of the time of an interview.
exactly. I
Well,
mean,
when
there's
you
been
hear this new stuff that's coming out, man, it's definitely a next level Subxero, especially, man, with my boy's new bass tone, which is fucking dribbling just thinking about it.
Vector in the dark glass, man. You can't go wrong. Jeez.
And then the Mesa head and the Mark bass. Fuck. Whoa.
Oh yeah. So if anybody's just now tuning in, you know, and you're wondering who we are, you know, interviewing tonight, of course, right above the live chat line 5000, which nobody decided to join tonight. Fuck y'all. Subxero. And then we've got you guys' Facebook link over there.
Is this posted after like are we able to see this or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's actually live now. People can get on here if they wanted to.
Yeah.
If they like the
I'm not gonna turn around and watch me live on a computer right now. I want to watch it.
No, man. Yeah, you can definitely
I'll be
turn.
like, yo, check me out, dude. I'm fucking famous.
You can actually see us on four different avenues. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube, Twitch, and our own website, which is floridametalradio.com.
All right.
Which, by the way, if anybody's watching on YouTube, hold on one second. I got a little graphic that I need you guys to look at. Oh yeah, the subscribe button and the bell button. Hit that shit. We need more subscribers. We need to get paid for doing this show. So
hit that shit, motherfucker, or you're gonna deal with me.
And not only that, thank you to Raise for letting us be ambassadors for you guys' great product, which you guys can find at GNC everywhere.
Fuck you.
But once again, Subxero, you guys are awesome. Josh, Jason, Eric, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Can we give some shameless plugs out there before we jump off?
We love shameless plugs.
Do it.
All right, here we go. You can check us out on all social media at We Are Subxero. That's We Are Subxero, Subxero, www.wearesubzero.com.
Buy a shirt.
Come on, what in the Reverb Nation, buy some merchandise.
Yes,
You know, I
buy
mean,
merch.
we're
Yes.
Supporting us.
you know, buy merch. And you know, we you know, say some nice things to us.
Yeah,
You know, we're
Show us some
sometimes
love.
sad.
But
Show us some love, man.
buy
It's
a
been a
golf
long
cart.
time since we have seen you, and we are going to come back stronger than ever. Our live performance is going to be fucking sick. These new songs are going to be sick. Stay tuned for the new album that's going to be coming out. It's called Live Through This, Subxero 4. And it's all about the trials and tribulations of my life and our lives and us blending together as a family and creating fucking music.
Hell yeah.
What it's about, man. And I love everybody in this band. We gel so well together, and I couldn't ask for a you know better clique of brothers to play with. And you know, the surrounding family, my 0%ers, stay loyal. We love you. Everybody support local music, support regional music, because without local music, there's not going to be any nationals, man. So, you know, leave your prima donna fucking bullshit behind. Support local radio. These motherfuckers right here are the shit. Coming from my mouth,
Definitely.
they're the shit. So listen to me. Listen to me.
So you definitely got a couple more 0%ers here, and we definitely got a couple. You know, well, I've been a fan since I got you guys on the show. So once again, you know, thanks for being on here. Thanks.
Yeah,
for
I'll be
everything that
blocking
you guys
Jason
do.
immediately, so he'll never see me again.
I was like, I'll try to message him. Hey, man, it was good talking to you. Unable message.
It's like, who?
Block.
Profile pictures, it's like blank with the middle fingers up and shit. I'll be like, I'll see you out soon.
House of Blues.
You'll get a choking. Don't worry.
I tell that to all the girls.
That's what she said.
That's
So,
exactly.
anyways, all right. So, as the immortal Ricky Rackman once said, keep one foot in the gutter, one fist in the gold. Keep it real, keep it metal. Fuck yeah!
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
No,
No
Jesus.
fingers afterward. Make sure it don't stink. Give yourself a